morning. So today is graduation day. I submitted all my stuff this morning. I'm going to apologise now. This probably will be a lot longer than any of my other videos, so I apologise. Strap yourself in, make yourself a tea. But I just wanted to go through all sort of like my likes, my dislikes, sort of, you know, my improvements, just my kind of whole experience from the body coach. You will see me keep looking over here because I've made a load of notes. So, okay, so my total weight loss for the body coach is 9 kilograms, so that's 1 stone and 4 pounds, and I've lost in total 22 inches off the body. I have put that up on my Instagram, and I've also even put up my progress pictures, even my front ones, and I hate my stomach still. Oh no, that's probably too strong a word. I don't hate it anymore. I just, you know, it's still just a little bit wobbly, but we can cope with that. So let's start with the dislikes first, because let's get that done and out of the way. First and foremost, cost. It has, I'm not gonna lie, it has cost a lot more. Granted, I didn't shop in Lidl's or Aldi. I haven't probably been the smartest with my food choices, so other people probably made it a little bit more manageable. But for a family of 4, it just got a little bit silly, to be fair. I didn't really like the pyramid style training. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, I think I did mention, you know, it's the amount of reps that they increase with your weights. Now, it was just too long, too boring, and I didn't enjoy that at all. I did it though. I can barely see my right, I should have worn my glasses. Okay, yes, the diet is, or I shouldn't say diet, but the plan I did find, again, you know, kind of tallies in with the cost really. I found it a bit restrictive. I wasn't able to keep up with the amount of protein I had to eat. Now, I don't eat meat, but I do eat fish. So I don't know whether it'd be cheaper again if you are on the meat plan, you know. And for me, I always buy fish that is a little bit more expensive because I want to make sure it's line caught and all, you know, sustainable, all that. So for me, it did cost more. But if for other people, if that's not a primary concern, then yeah, of course you can, you know, and you eat meat, you can get cheaper cuts. It probably will work out a little bit easier for you. And even more so cooking for a family. But for me it wasn't. I couldn't be feeding myself and my husband and my 2 children the amount of, like, or nowhere near the amount of fish that I had to consume for myself. So, and to be honest, I scaled back. I skipped a lot of the fish, to be fair. But that's the dislikes. That's the thing I would sit there and say it has, you know, that's the body coach flaws for me personally in my experience. My likes, I love the hits. You know, I've never got so fit so quick before, and they're short, they're to the point. I loved them. You know, got a proper burn going on, and you're done within 20 to 30 minutes, obviously depending on what you're given through the plan. I absolutely loved introducing weights into my workouts. I probably would never have done it actually, you know, before. I've been to the gym, I've done things like that, but I kind of avoided the weights. I didn't think for weight loss, I didn't think that's, you know, weights were a necessity. That's kind, you know, it's changed my viewpoint, and I love, you know, feeling stronger. And some of the recipes on the body coach have been fantastic. You know, they're really good, they're really nice. Some have been a bit of a flop, but I think my main go-to favourites were the protein pancakes, and I used the chocolate brownie protein powder in mine. Oh, they're lovely, and they're easy because you can like bulk batch them. You can keep some in your fridge for a few days, or you can chuck them in your freezer. That's really, really good. The mac and cheese, I love the mac and cheese. My one was with fish, but again, I don't know what the meat, you know, would be. And the tuna bake, love that. Oh, and in C1, I haven't had it actually since C1, but the teriyaki salmon with courgette, I love that. So yeah, they're the main things I probably would really say I liked about the body coach. The improvements though. Now physically, obviously the weight, you know, the weight loss, you know, on the scales, but also the inches. I've gone down a dress size. I was in a size 14 and now I'm in a size 12. I bought a couple of pairs of size 12 jeans in the middle of C2 just because my size 14s would like dropping off me. But these jeans I bought, they were tight. They could do up, but they were tight. But now they're not as tight as they was at the beginning, you know, when I first bought them. So everything's going in the right direction. And also, yeah, physically, my improved fitness, I'd get out of breath just running up the stairs. You know, it's mad to think how much I've changed in my abilities to do things like burpees and what are they called? Mountain climbers, that's it. Mountain climbers. I just, at the beginning, I could barely do anything, but now, you know, I can really pick up the pace, and it's really good to see that change. The mental improvements, though, are probably the most impressive for me of the way I feel. You know, I feel like I have a much more of a stronger will to do exercise than I did before. I hated it. I detested it. I couldn't bear it. And now I love it. You know, I worked out my last week on the body coach where I did all my workouts Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I mean Saturday I was pacing around the house. I didn't know what to do with myself because I felt like I just wanted to do a workout. And that, I don't recognise myself when I'm like that. But that's brilliant because, you know, my husband's always been really, really active, and, you know, now we've got that thing that we can, you know, maybe one day start doing things together. And I'm not, you know, like even when we used to go bike riding with my kids, we'd get halfway down the road, I'd get so out of breath, I'd stop and turn around and go home and let them all carry on without me. You know, that is not going to happen anymore. I've got a much better relationship with food through this. We actually noticed, my husband and I commented actually on my consumption of butter, cheeses and bread. That became so apparent how much of those 3 foods I'd consumed when I was on the body coach, purely because the amount that was left over and you know, we didn't hardly have to buy any. And it just showed that I was the one eating them. I mean, I buy blocks of 250 grams of like proper butter, and I do it once a month. I get a big delivery, food shop delivery once a month, things that are a cupboard, staples and things that go in the freezer, and I freeze blocks of butter. And I used to sit there and go, right, okay, 4 blocks of butter, that will do us all for the month. Comes 3 weeks in, and I'd need to go to Tesco's or somewhere and buy another block or 2 blocks, just because I was obviously eating them, because if we've been looking in the freezer and we've still got blocks of butter in there that we're not using, so I haven't really had to buy any. So it's scary to think how much butter and stuff I was actually eating, and the wine on top of it as well, which again, you know, we had a bottle of Prosecco opened at the weekend. I could only manage a glass out of it, like on the Saturday and then on the Sunday. I've just not, it just doesn't take my fancy anymore like it did before. I'd always drink, even on the weeknights I'd drink, you know, 2-3 glasses. It was a nightmare. But that's ebbed, so that's good. And a big one, really, I think, a big and honest one, is how I just feel about myself. Before the plan, if I slept in my underwear, like just my knickers, and I needed to get up even in the morning to go for a wee, I would never let my husband see my stomach, ever. So I would get up and I would grab a pillow and I would waddle to the bathroom with this pillow in front of me. I'd sit on the toilet and I'd, you know, have this pillow in front of me and I'd waddle back, and which just seems so bizarre, you know, the person that you're spending the rest of your life with and you're hiding from them. On the sofa, sitting down, I'd always have a pillow over me. And I think the worst of it is, I don't know if any of you mums out there who have had tummy tucks, obviously I've got it on the brain at the moment, C-sections. If you've had C-sections and have been left with that overhang, that skin, that's the thing that's always really got to me. And I've never liked it. However, I kind of went through, you know, really, really low points, and my lowest point must have been last year, and it must have lasted for a good month. I was just so upset. I remember Daniel, my husband, coming home and I was on the bed sobbing, and then for a month after, I refused to look at myself in a mirror. In fact, in our bedroom we've got some mirrors that can close. I closed them up, I wouldn't look at myself, and I started to shower and bath in a strap top like this, just so I didn't have to look at it. Luckily, I started uni and I got so busy. You know, when I'm busy, I'm better because my mind isn't then sort of like self-sabotaging. So, you know, I kind of got out of that, but I don't ever want to go back to that. And I know that diet and exercise isn't going to get rid of it completely, but it has got smaller, and I'm not hiding away from my husband anymore, you know. I don't like him seeing the actual pouchy bit, but, you know, once my knickers are on, I'm fine. And I'll walk around absolutely, you know, full of confidence, really, in comparison. So, you know, if you are out there and you are thinking, oh, well, there's no point, I can't get rid of it anyway, you can make it smaller. It does shrink as you lose the inches and you lose the weight. And it's worth giving it a go, you know, because it does make you feel better about yourself. Okay, that was a bit deep. For me, I don't do deep. Not often. Right, so advice, not that I'm that wise. I'm going to show you what I've got going on. I'll have to turn it around. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how to work my phone, I'm rubbish. So I've got some dumbbell sets that are adjustable. I bought these second hand. They were really, really helpful, but on some, can you see them? Yeah. On some workouts, they were either too heavy or too light. So I went over to Argos and I bought, for I think these were £25, just some weights there, just so I could, you know, have a bit more variety. That was brilliant. So here, I think I've set this up. As you can see here, I've got a yoga mat, and I've set my pillows up to show you how I did my workouts that required me to be on a bench. I didn't want to buy a bench. I've got no space for it. So I did that and it worked perfectly fine. So yeah, oh, and I also got myself a bike, again, second hand, so you don't have to spend loads of money. Obviously, if you're going to work out at a gym, that's, you know, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you are going to work at home, you can get around it. On the table, in C3, there is a workout, a leg raises or something, I can't remember the names, but I used the table, sat on the table, did it there, again, fine. So that's what I used. Again, I would say as well, if you're going to do the plan, make sure you write down all your meals, make sure you make a plan, you know, Friday, Sunday, whenever it's best for you. Obviously, you know your food shop habits and when you go shopping. Make sure you write a plan out for the week, because otherwise it is easy to stray off. And stick it on your fridge, stick it in your kitchen, anywhere that you're always just going to see it. Probably the biggest bit of advice I would say is join a Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, join a group or loads of groups, whatever you want to do, you know. I've joined 90daysss buddies on there and a big girls journey to lean. I've also followed Leansville, I think, but they're like for body coach graduates, people, what they're doing. But I've followed them from near on the beginning just because I'm a bit like that. I need to know I need to mentally get ready for what's coming next. They're the only groups I can think of at the time, but you can find loads and loads. There's loads of them on there. But even if you don't really want to converse, if you're a little bit shy or, you know, you don't really want to get too involved, that's fine as well. You can be a lurker. I'm pretty much a lurker. I've only posted a couple of things on there, but they are great for advice. If you have questions or if you're feeling a little bit low or you're not feeling very motivated, they're really supportive. And also, without those groups, I wouldn't have been led to other people in the fitness industry, such as James Smith and Team RH Fitness. You know, they're online PTs who put out a lot of content for free on their Facebook accounts, on their Instagram accounts, and they've got such great advice, and it's, you know, something not to be missed. So without those groups, I wouldn't have probably found those people, and to be able to really get a good eye-opener of the fitness industry as a whole and what would probably be best for me to try after the body coach. So yes, definitely join a group. That is what I would say. That's the biggest thing. Now, get to the end now. I'm just going to, you know, quickly explain to you my plan of what I'm going to do next. So, like I said, I've obviously been watching a lot of James Smith and Team RH. Team RH is just a couple, Richie and Rachel, who are a bit fed up with the, you know, fitness industry, sort of selling junk and rubbish to people, you know, with giving false hopes. So, yeah, they're lovely. They're really good. And also, so I'm going to take bits from them too that I've seen and I've heard and I've taken on board, and also some stuff from the body coach, you know, like carb like on training days, you know, carb workouts, and, you know, post-workout meals, and, you know, some of the weight training exercises I'm going to take from him. But I'm also going to track everything on my Fitness Pal, which is what James Smith and Richie, like the RH fitness team, tell you to do. Yes, it probably sounds like a proper ball ache, and it is at first, but then so was weighing all my food out at the beginning of the body coach. I couldn't bear it, it drove me nuts. But now it's like second nature in such a short period of time, and so is my Fitness Pal. I've been doing it alongside the body coach just to get myself in the zone and getting myself sort of, you know, aware of stuff to do with that. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I've made myself a calorie sheet. Now I don't know how to spin it around once it's recording. I'm such a technophobe. Right, so I don't know if you can see this. I've made a sheet. So I've made like some tables. So if like the TDEE, if you don't know what that is, again, follow those people, you know, James Smith, RH Fitness, then it will all become clear. It's just basically the amount of calories that you need to consume to maintain your weight, once you've, you know, it's really hard to explain. No, it's really not, but on the spot it is. Right, so, because it means your total daily energy expenditure. So it's basically, so for instance, so I'm writing it here. So on the date, I've got my date, I've got my current weight, which is 11 stone 10. I've got my TDEE, which you got free calculators online for this as well. But it's basically taking your BMR, so your basal metabolic rate, so everything that you burn, just if you was to lay down all day, you know, for 24 hours and not move, you know, not move at all, that BMR is the amount of calories you need just to function, just, you know, to breathe, for neurological function, all that kind of stuff. So then on top of that as well, because in the calculator you obviously have to say your height, your weight, your activity levels, how many times a week you exercise. So then your TDEE is your BMR plus all that on top. So my TDEE, to maintain my weight as it is now, I would need to consume 2,267 calories a day, roughly. I know none of these things are perfect, but that's a ballpark figure. I've also got here my protein. I'm going to be aiming for 164 grams a day. And my measurements and my goal, which is a calorie deficit, I'm obviously not going to want to maintain my weight at over 2,000 calories. So I'm going to drop it to 1,800 calories a day, which will give me a weekly deficit of 3,269 calories. Now, I think it's 3,500 calories. It equates to 1 pound of fat loss. So I should, in theory, if, you know, obviously maybe this might need tweaking, it's trial and error, but in theory I should be losing just under 4 pounds a month by doing this. And then what I've got, obviously I've got a little table, Monday to Friday, my total daily calorie amount. So obviously on my Fitness Pal every day, at the end of my day, obviously I'm aiming for 1,800 calories. I'll then write in the boxes here whether I've met that, or if I'm under or I'm over. So then I can fill out here my, you know, at the end of the week, I can say, right, okay, well, I'm this many calories in a deficit, you know. So I can keep the numbers and I can track the numbers. And then I've got a few printed out, so what I'm going to do is obviously, because if I'm losing weight every month and I'm losing inches every month, I will just, you know, retake all my measurements, my weight, recalculate my TDEE, I said one too many E's then, and then, you know, just trying to keep on top of it. But again, I might need to tinker. We will see. My training, training-wise, I'm going to be doing 5 days a week. I've joined CrossFit. I joined last night, so I paid for my, you know, for my classes for the foundation course. So my first class will be tomorrow. So I'm going to aim to do CrossFit twice a week. I'm going to do my kickboxing once a week, which I've been doing in and out and around uni for the past year anyway. And then I'm going to do a full-bodied workout at home with weights, and then maybe like a 10-minute hit after. And then one day in the weekend, depending on what my weekends are like, whether I'm, you know, Saturday or Sunday, I will just do a 20 to 30-minute hit. I won't do weights, I'll just do a hit session. So that's my aim, that's my plan. We do go away on holiday in 3 weeks now. So what I'm going to do is the day before our holiday, I'm going to do all my weight. I'm going to retake my weight, my, you know, everything, my measurements, and then I'm going to do it all again as soon as I get back, because my aim is to hopefully just try and maintain. I don't want to be going on holiday and thinking, oh, I've got to get my 1,800 calories, or, you know, I've got to be in a calorie deficit. No, I want to be relaxed and chilled out on holiday. So I'm going to try and sort of hit my sort of TDEE, I can't even say, you know, allowance, and hopefully maintain. I don't want to go mental because I don't want to undo any of the hard work that I've done. Video wise on YouTube, now I'm not sure, I might do a video just before I go on holiday to let you all know how my little, you know, tracking system is going, and to let you know if I've lost anything, how I'm feeling, if I've kept to it. So I'll do that, and then I might do a video as well the day or two once we get back to let you know how I did on holiday and how I managed to not go, you know, how I managed myself on holiday with like food, drink, you know, ice creams, all that kind of stuff, and exercise. So I will do that, and then after that I think that'll probably be it for my YouTube videos. I promise you the last two won't be long like this one. I just wanted to give a full account of kind of what I've done, you know, my equipment I've used, which is really minimal. And yeah, so I'm going to do that. But other than that, I'm really, really pleased with my results. Body coach may not be for everybody, that's fine. Again, check out James Smith, RH Fitness. But for me personally, even with the things I didn't like about it, it was a fantastic stepping stone for me to get sort of out of some really bad habits and to get my fitness, you know, better, just to improve it. So, you know, obviously it's down to you and your journey, but for me, I would recommend it, despite the costs that I found and some of the things, you know, like I said, I didn't like, but I feel so much better now than I did in March this year before I started. So I'm going to take a picture of my little table and stuff and put it on my Instagram account, and like I said at the beginning, I have put all my progress pictures on there if you wanted to check it out. But yeah, other than that, I will probably speak to you in about 3 weeks, you know, just before I go on holiday. I hope you're all doing really, really well, whatever you're doing, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!